Hey guys, welcome to the channel, Rockin' the Country. Hope things are going well for you. Sometimes they don't, but that's what music is for. Make us feel good. I'm doing a subscriber request today. I'm doing Bobby Pinson's Back in My Drinking Days. I did another one of Bobby's songs. I forget which one, is maybe a month ago or so. And this is requested by The Last Cowboy Fowl. So The Last Cowboy Fowl, this one's for you. Thanks for the request. I don't know the song. Let's do it.
Back in my drinking days, I could hold my own in a fight. Swinging at the devil with one hell of a right. Back in my drinking days, I borrowed against borrowed time. God gives a lot away. I was stealing mine. And back in my drinking days, I could fall and never feel a thing.
Yeah.
Fill the void with Tangeray, kill a night with what's her name. But I never knew I was thirsty till I set that bottle down. And I never knew I was lonely till I quit laughing in a crowd. And I never knew I was empty till you poured into me, made me a man I could never be.
This reminds me of Tennessee Whiskey, the content of the song, but conscious of so many thoughts. You go down a given path of drinking hard and having fun in that party life. And there's fun involved, or people wouldn't do it. But then you realize it just isn't, it doesn't hold you for that long. And then when you stop doing it, you're like, wow, that wasn't all that I thought it would be. But it reminds me of a quote. I forget who said it. I don't remember the exact words. But it has to do with being content. You've arrived almost as a human being when you're being content on your own. Not that you don't need other people or want other people, but that you can be alone without feeling completely empty. And that's sort of what this is conjuring up for me. But not that he's saying it, but it's there.
Back in my drinking days, talking to Jesus from the bar. Pushing my limits, my women, my religion way too far.
Drinking religion.
Back in my drinking days, there's some skeletons and tears.
Yeah.
'Cause I left them high and dry, and they know they ain't welcome here. But I never knew I was thirsty till I set that bottle down. And I never knew I was lonely till I quit laughing in a crowd. And I never knew I was empty till you poured into me, made me a man I could never be. Back in my drinking days, yeah, my worst day in this new place is better than my best one.
This is not
back in my drinking days. Yeah, I had me some drinking days.
That was not average lyricism. The nuances that he picked up on, the contrasts, it was all set on a continuation of a life story, so like the arc of his own life story, but the details that he picked up on and the way he brought them together was brilliant. I mean, every so often I was like, whoa, because I love words, and I work with them a lot. And when I hear somebody put a couple of thoughts together in a certain way, I'm like, oh, I just sit back and admire it. I'm like, some people just have a gift, but honesty will do that. Brutal honesty will really do it. And he obviously lived this. I shouldn't say obviously, but I'm going to guess that a song like this is something that he wrote. Somebody else could write it too. I know a number of artists, in fact, that have lived this life where you get into that. You start out cutting your teeth in small clubs and people are buying you shots and you just wind up getting shit-faced all the time. But you got to get a handle on it, and not everybody does. Most people do eventually when, so many people start coming at you. Sometimes if you're on a label and the label might say, you got to get your act together or we're dropping you. And all of a sudden you're like, wow, the world is kicking back. I can't just do whatever I want. But that brutal honesty, I'm going to assume that Bobby wrote this and that he lived it. And if it's a wrong assumption, then whoever wrote it lived it. Because you don't come up with thoughts like these without being raw. When you're sitting down to write, you can't always make that decision to be honest. Something in you, and when I say honest, I mean not lying, but I mean like brutally honest, to where thoughts come to you that you wouldn't otherwise get unless you just decide to live in that space of F it, I'm bringing it raw, unfettered, and then new words come to you when you're in that mental space. It might even be beyond a mental space. It's emotional. It's all that makes us what we are. But that was some seriously good writing. I'd like it, I might go back and just look at the lyrics themselves to see how poetic, how shades of meaning go in different places. But that was some seriously good writing. And if you were to just hear the instrumentation, half of it could have sounded like it was contemporary out of Nashville. Not pop, but, more upbeat, sort of had a rock flavor to it as well. Not Southern rock necessarily either, just rock. But, that's just a country song, Bobby Pinson. So it's a song of fall and recovery, as they call it. The lyricism is what captivated me. His voice, I liked it a lot. There was a sullenness to his voice, too, that reflected, to me anyway, as though he was reliving what he was singing. And that was the next stage in the honesty of delivering it to others in such a way where you're presenting it as you wrote it. Because it's different when you're writing a song and then communicating it by singing it. But if you can match that, that the feeling with the delivery, you got something, and he did it. For the brutal honesty and the linguistic ability, call it that, that was incredible. I mean, a 9.2. That's going in my songs of 9 and above. You guys request good songs. They're already pre-selected, most of them as being like very good songs. But sometimes, once you get in that 9 category, even an 8.8 and above is a good song. 9 and above, you're closing in on elite. 9.5 and above, my estimation, elite. The Last Cowboy Foul, that was good stuff, man. Thank you for that request. Hope you're doing well. All right, guys, leave your comments. I'll see you in another video and keep rocking the country.